Oh, really?
Really.
I was going to say, every time you take your hand off the controller, it does that, though.
True, but that was actually just because I underreacted. And I got re-interested in it because it has such a ridiculous, zany premise. But the game in question is Metal Wolf Chaos for the original Xbox. And I will actually be playing that solo. It'll be just me. My co-horse here will not be in the recording at all.
That's what he thinks.
Nope, that's what I know. Just because you edit, you're going to be the one editing it together does not mean you're going to be in it. You'll be stricken from the credits. No, you won't. We don't have credits. So
We don't have credits.
you can't be stricken from them. But no, yeah, I like because I decided to shell out and I bought myself a copy of Metal Wolf Chaos. There is. I kind of want. I mean, I'll re-explain it all anyway when I play the game because it'll be a different set of videos, so it doesn't really matter. But the game is so zany. The premise of the game is that America has been taken over thanks to a coup d'etat by the vice president. I believe his name is Richard Hawke, which I think is just wonderfully cheesy. It was blue for a second there. That
it was
very wrong. And you play as the President of the United States, who has his own powered mech suit. And you are going to take back America from the Vice President. Whoops, I need to switch elements. How do you do that? I don't remember. No, that's not it. That's not it. This isn't good. I thought it would... Okay, that's guard. There we go. I got it.
Right bumper.
I got it. But yeah, I mean, and if you think to like, okay, well, I mean, that's a fun premise, but what do they do with it? They do not take themselves even slightly seriously. After the first stage, there's a bit where the president is talking to his secretary, who acts as the game's like telling you where to go and what to do, and kind of reactionary voice to things. And he asks her what his schedule looks like, and she's like, "Oh, you have a phone going off. You have an appointment with the Japanese embassy or a prime minister or whatever to talk about like endangered species protection." He's like, "Oh, well, sorry, but I'm gonna have to cancel that. I have to go save America." Like, that's how he says it. Also, the voice acting in the game is is wonderfully bad. And the thing about the game. So here's the big thing about this game. It's the main reason it's rare, and one of the things that makes it so odd and interesting. You play as the American president, saving America from the vice president. You know, you're gonna go save America. That's literally the declaration, you know, from the main character. This game was never released in America. It was only released in Japan. It doesn't even have a European release. There is literally no English release of the game. Why do I know what they're saying? Because the game is, in fact, voiced in English by Japanese voice actors, presumably.
Is it by Japanese voice actors? It sounded pretty good.
No. I mean, it didn't sound good, is what I'm saying.
It didn't sound... It sounded bad, but it sounded American bad.
That's the thing, though, is I think the reason for that is because they basically got some Japanese voice actors who they could, quote-unquote, could do American accents. Is, I think, what was happening there. I could be wrong, you know. Wow, that's really pissing me off, assholes.
I only remember the secretary's voice anyway.
Yeah, it's hard to tell because the feeling I get is that they had Japanese voice actors who could quote unquote do good American accents. Kind of like Jean Reno doing that fucking Elvis impersonation in the Godzilla movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Like good American accents. But yeah, the game is voice acted in full English. The text at the bottom of the screen or whatever for like, the subtitles is in Japanese. All the menus, Japanese, etc., etc.
So they can play it.
Yeah. But it's all voice acted in English. It reminds me of Sin and Punishment in that way, because Sin and Punishment for the N64 was, again, not released in America, voice acted in English. Japanese, all the text is Japanese, but the voice acting is English.
But see, that's another one. To me, it sounds like it actually was Americans.
That's one of those ones. Definitely would be interested to look into it. Not that we couldn't at any given point, but
yeah, we could just check the credits.
Yeah, well, that
we could just play all the way through the game and check the credits,
or we could just look it up online.
So that's not the fun way to do it.
No, it's not. You're right. I actually really hate just. I don't know this thing. Oh, just check Wikipedia. Seems like the ultimate social cop-out these days.
That's why I don't go to the internet as my first thing of figuring it out.
You want to have conversation. You want to ask somebody. Maybe somebody you know knows the answer.
Exactly. It's like when nobody I know knows the answer, that's when I turn to the internet.
Outfit is Pine and Crane?
Yeah, why not?
At what point did I say that it should not be? Well, why not?
Why not?
I didn't say it shouldn't.
Jeez.
I did not say it should not be.
Why are you being so judgy about Pine and Crane? Are you a judge?
Judgy, yeah. I was gonna say, we can make a joke off that.
Are you a clothing judge?
I am the fashion police.
I can tell by what you're wearing.
Yeah, that's Oh, bullshit!
Is this, I don't even know what that is, actually.
Oh, it's some, Lord of the Rings thing, I don't know. The shirt was given to me by Mike, because he had a bunch of spare ones after testing a loader project.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember...
War
Guardians of Middle-earth.
I thought it was War North, wasn't it?
I don't.
No, you're probably right. Guardians of Middle-earth.
I don't even remember it.
Let's go to the internet and find out.
Yeah, exactly. Jump, asshole. Yeah, so it's really, the game is very interesting that way, that it has that sort of weirdness behind it. Oh, that's right. I need a wall run over there. Get rid of this fire just for good measure. But yeah, I'll be playing that solo, so look forward to that. The game is hilarious. But yeah, From Software, they're very intriguing. Especially since looking at their mech games and looking at their their fantasy stuff, and you're kind of like, man, that is an intriguingly disparate set of games for such a small second party or third party company. Because I mean, their name. They're not tiny. They're not unknown or anything like that. But nobody would call them a major player. Nobody would, they're not a big production studio.
I don't know. They had the second biggest game released yesterday.
Yeah, but that's because they're now more established. That is the most recent thing. Everything leading up to that is stuff that's very niche. I mean, hell, Dark Souls is still fairly niche. It had the good luck to come out in a time when the internet had managed to convince everyone that hard equals good.
Yeah.
And had basically... we live in an era where the vague internet decision committee decides that something is popular or not, and then everyone just goes with it and doesn't actually have their own opinions most of the time. And that means I'm probably insulting some people in the audience right now, but I don't really care. So I think more people could really need to feel offended by being straight told that they don't have real opinions, and they don't even realize that they don't have real opinions.
But then again,
because they're so used to...
People can have that opinion as their real opinion.
Yeah, no, definitely. Because they're just opinions. You like it, you don't like it, awesome. You are not wrong or right. I am not wrong or right.
I keep wanting to like those games.
Yeah, me too. I do want to like them, but they fight me so hard. It's like they don't want me to like them.
But I didn't really like Dark Souls nearly as well as Demon Souls.
Yeah, I hear that occasionally. Like, there are definitely people who think it went in the wrong direction.
I usually hear, well, when I've heard that before, it's usually been that Dark Souls, like, got easier. And for me, for some reason, I just feel like, no, Dark Souls was, I don't know, I couldn't get into it, I couldn't play it. It was too hard for me to care.
Ha! Got it! And my hand was off the controller, but I managed to get down there and...
Just magicked it. Endure!
Enduring. Yes.
Endure
space.
More! Can you endure space?
I don't know. It's pretty vacuumy out there.
Catch space!
Land space!
Wait, there's no land in space.
Gotta get to my space lands! I could only pray that somebody watching us actually gets that.
I don't even get that.
I didn't expect you to.
I'm assuming it's Mystery Science Theater.
No, it's not.
It's not? It sounded like one of them.
No, it doesn't.
It did?
Not really.
It sounded like Crow.
No.
Yeah, maybe it was just your delivery.
Yeah, maybe, but pretty sure I can't sound like Crow. Like, I'm just not even capable of doing a Crow voice, so... and he doesn't deliver lines that way anyway, so...
Maybe it's just my hearing.
Probably.
Maybe it's all in my head.
Well, I was going to say, that or you're just assuming that because you don't get it, it must be Mr. Science 3000, because that's like the major disconnect between the pop culture we enjoy. You don't watch that, or didn't watch that, and don't overquote it like I overquote it.
It's more of I didn't have much opportunity to watch that.
Fair enough.
When I had time and interest to, I didn't have much opportunity to.
I mean, well, regardless of why, we just, you know, right. I have purviewed of much of it, and you have not.
Right.
So.
Okay, you slimy bastard. Pucker up!